All right. Thank you so much for being here with us this evening. My name is Angie Alvarez. I'm part of the Pathways FYE team, and I want to welcome you to PCC and the PCC Pathways First Year Experience Online Open House. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to all the family members, parents, siblings, friends who are here with our incoming first year students for fall 2022. So excited to have you all. Our goals for today are to inform you about the different steps you'll need to take to enroll at PCC and to tell you about the awesome services and resources you'll get as a Pathways FYE student. But before we get started, let's go ahead and find out where you're all from. Let us know where you did go to high school, maybe, or where you're coming from to us from. Awesome, so many schools. I see Arcadia, Pasadena High School, go Bulldogs. Mark Keppel, Temple City, Sure High School, love it. San Marino, go Titans. Let's see, El Rancho, okay. We have some students coming in from outside of our PCC district. I love it. Gabrielino, I love Gabrielino. Shout out to Miss Machado over there. Arroyo, awesome. Love it. It's great to see so much high school pride out there. Another goal for today is to give you and your family the opportunity to ask questions, any questions that you might have as you get started at PCC. So if you have a question for us, use the Q&A feature on Zoom at any time during this presentation. Our amazing Pathways FYE staff are on with us today, and they will be answering your questions throughout the presentation. Please be patient as they will get to your questions as in the order that they are asked. I shared an electronic copy of a booklet earlier in an email with you all, and that came kind of with your breakout room session. So we will also add that to the chat. So one of our staff members is going to add that to the chat so you can download it if you didn't get it in your email. Use that to follow along with us and to take note of some important info that you need to refer back to. So at this moment, I'm going to go ahead and turn off our chat. So we will be able to send you messages, but you will not be able to send messages to each other. We do want you to kind of focus and get all this information because it is all very critical information. We've been getting all kinds of emails from you all the last few weeks about what's next, and we totally understand you're super excited to chat with everyone. But for now, let's go ahead and focus on the presentation. You will be able to add questions to the Q&A feature, and like I said, our staff will be able to get to that as those questions come in. So now let's go ahead and get started with some information. So a little bit about our program. So Pathways FYE has been serving students for more than a decade. Our program is nationally recognized, and our team has been working hard to make sure you have an awesome first year and overall college experience. If you take advantage of Pathways FYE resources, you will increase your chances of accomplishing your goals at PCC within 2 to 3 years. Whether you're looking to earn an associate's degree, complete requirements for a certificate of achievement, or transfer to a four-year university, we make sure you receive the classes and support you need to be successful. We do our best to make sure you have accurate, up-to-date information and the support and resources you need. If you have specific questions about admissions, resources, or the transfer process, you can always reach out to the Pathways FYE staff for help. So while most of you will be part of our general pathway, which is open to all first-year students, we also have other pathways that are optimized for specific student populations with targeted support and resources. So let's talk a little bit about these. So Ascend Promise Scholars is a student support and empowerment program designed for students who identify as men of color. They provide personalized academic and social support, financial assistance with expenses such as your tuition, your books, transportation, and some technology, a strong sense of community, which is important, and mentorship by men of color for men of color. For any of you that are interested in participating in a competitive sport at PCC, we have an athletic pathway crafted just for you. You will get help scheduling your classes and study times around practices, games, and other sports-related activities. So next we have CORE. CORE provides support services to formerly incarcerated and system-impacted students enrolling at PCC. The primary goal of CORE is to develop a holistic approach, empowering students to succeed in higher education and beyond. The program focuses on building community on and off campus that will serve as social, emotional, and academic support for our students. Super important. Students who are not native to the US are eligible to be part of our international pathway. International students get support adjusting to US culture and receive help navigating a new system of higher education while maintaining your visa status. And lastly, Ujima is a learning community designed to enhance the experience of African American students through counseling, instruction, mentoring, and community building. Ujima students develop a strong sense of identity and community by participating in educational, cultural, and social workshops and events. If you want to learn more about Ascend, Athletes, Core, or International or Ujima pathways, visit the Pathways FYE webpage for all the info, or you can use the QR on the screen to access the website. All right. As a new student at PCC, there are a few things you'll need to do before the fall semester starts. We created this awesome new student checklist to help you complete the process. It outlines the steps you need to complete to get started. All right. And we'll be dropping links in the chat for you all. So this new student checklist is one of those that we're going to be dropping for you several times throughout this presentation. You want to refer back to new student checklist as much as possible. Now let's talk about that priority registration. Okay. So you may have heard that classes fill up fast at PCC. Some students have earlier registration dates than others, and because of that, it can be hard to find the classes you need. It can take time, even years, to complete enough units to significantly improve your registration date. That's where we come in. If you complete all program requirements on the new student checklist, you will be able to register up to 3 weeks earlier than other FYE students who are not affiliated with a special program. We refer to this as priority registration. So to receive priority registration, you'll need to complete the following steps. Complete the online orientation on LancerPoint, complete a new student counseling workshop to receive an ed plan from a counselor, register for JAM, our student orientation program, enroll in College 1 within your first year at PCC. Studies show that if you take math and English in your first year at PCC, you're more likely to successfully complete all graduation and transfer requirements. Complete these requirements and you will receive priority registration, making it possible for you to get the courses you want and need. If you meet the first three requirements, you'll have a registration date as early as June 28th, but meeting the 6 requirements will give you priority registration every term at PCC. And we'll talk a little bit more about enrolling in these classes in a moment. So for students who do the first 3, you'll get it as early as June 28th, but those that complete the 6 requirements will get registration for the first semester, which is fall, as early as June 14th or 15th. And that kind of helps you with getting priority registration in the next, after that, so any subsequent semesters, okay? Again, it is important for you to understand just how fast classes fill up and what a different experience you will have with an earlier registration date, all right? But getting an early registration date is not enough. You have to remember to register on that date and at that time. The longer you wait, the more difficult it is to get classes. Your fall registration date will be available in LancerPoint on May 31st. So that's a key date, May 31st. Make sure you check LancerPoint and make note of your registration date then, okay? Now let's talk about JAM and College 1. JAM is an award-winning interactive summer orientation program. JAM will be held in 3 different formats this year. We'll have it in person, so you'll be able to be on campus. We'll have it live on Zoom, and then asynchronous version on Canvas. During JAM, you will set goals, explore careers and majors, learn about PCC resources and services, get ready for the fall semester, and make friends. That's most important. Make some friends before you start. We'll be sending you more information on how to register for one of these sessions early next week, or you can actually find it on the new student checklist as well. So make sure you check your email so you can register, okay? So next, College 1 is a 3-unit CSU and UC transferable course. We designed it to help you sharpen your research, critical thinking, and information literacy skills. And those are things you'll need to succeed in college, not just here, just in college in general. So remember that registering for JAM and College 1, so both of those are part of the requirements for priority registration. During your first year at PCC, you will receive support from your success team, which includes a success coach, counselors, and access to tutoring and academic support. First, let's talk about your success coach. Your success coach is a graduate student who is currently completing a degree in counseling. They will be your go-to guide to help you through your first year at PCC. Your success coach will be reaching out to you at your student email address closer to the start of the semester. These are going to be your best friends. And then our FYE counselors are here to make sure you stay on track to graduate and or transfer from PCC. They'll also answer any questions you may have about being a college student. If you need to connect with a counselor, you can get help through your coach. Guess who? Your coach, your new best friend. So your personal success coach will be the person that you go to access counseling appointments. So they're the person that you're going to be able to access an appointment. So they'll be able to help you get that going. Okay. Some of your classes are going to be hard, but don't worry. You'll have access to an amazing community of support, including tutors to help you with classes, librarians to assist with research, and career advisors to help you make sense of your next steps in career exploration. We're very focused on making sure that you never lose sight of your academic and career goals. Another awesome feature that we have to offer is our Learning Center. Our Pathways FYE Center is a one-stop shop for all of your college needs. You'll see me and the rest of the staff here, and one of us will be able to help you out with anything that you might need. You'll see it's also a great place to hang out. We have a lot of students that just hang out in here and study. There are also other perks in the center, including a place to meet your success coach and counselors, finish your schoolwork, print your paper, your works, any papers, any work that you might need to print out, check out a laptop or that graphing calculator, pick up testing materials, so blue books or Scantrons, you'll be able to get them here, or just study in between classes. All right. June 14th and 15th are the earliest dates that a first-year pathway student can register for fall classes. The day and time you get is randomly generated and can't be changed. But regardless of whether your day falls on the 14th or the 15th, this is still one of the best registration priority levels you can get. But as I said before, be sure to check when your registration date is and be ready to register on that date and at that time. And it's important for you to be checking your registration date, because if for whatever reason there's an error and you don't have one of these dates and you should have one of these dates, we want you to contact us so that we can help you fix that, okay? And registration is not done in person on campus. It is only offered online through your student portal, which is called LancerPoint. You'll need to prepare by identifying the course registration numbers for your classes. The course registration number is also referred to as the CRN on the schedule of classes. Okay, registering for classes is a new skill you need to learn, and the Pathways FYE staff understands that learning this process can be a challenge. So we have created awesome pre-registration workshops to help you all. Pre-registration workshops will start on May 31st and continue until June 10th. The hour-long workshops will teach you how to register for classes online and allow you to ask questions. So those will be offered live in person here in the center and also on Zoom. So we're gonna try to make sure that you can access whatever fits you, so that we can help you out. During those workshops, you'll get help finding your registration date, locating your educational plan, and understanding the schedule of classes so you can build your dream schedule. If there are any registration holds on your account, we'll also identify them during the workshop and work to get them resolved before the date you register. That's important. Otherwise, they'll keep you from registering. All right, we'll be sending an email next week for you to sign up, or you can find the link to register in step number 9 of the new student checklist. So once we send you your registration date and time as well, so we will be sending an email at some point letting you know what your registration date and time is. Please set a reminder in your phone or on your calendar, if you use a paper planner, wherever that might be, so that you make sure you don't miss it. The Pathways FYE team will be available to help you on the day of your registration if you need additional support, so you don't have to do it by yourself, okay? All right, let's talk about financial aid. So just really quick overview about financial aid. The state of California promises free tuition to all first-time community college students if they meet certain requirements. So there are certain requirements to meet that. To qualify for the free tuition, you must first apply for financial aid. Students must apply using the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act, whichever one you qualify for. And these applications require that you submit tax information for yourself or your parents, or your parents sometimes, and select the colleges and universities you're interested in attending starting in the fall semester. So some of you might be getting help with that today. Be sure to select PCC as one of your schools so that you can receive an award letter from the college stating that your tuition is covered, okay? We also want to remind you that applying for financial aid must be done every year. So it's an every year thing. It's not just a one-time thing, okay? And if you need help filling it out and submitting either the FAFSA or the California DREAM Act, please reach out to Pathways FYE so one of our staff members can guide you in submitting the application. We also have financial aid workshops every Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. So take a screenshot of this slide if you need more help. We'll be happy to help you with that. All right, awesome. Hope you all got your screenshot there. You can also find this on the new student checklist under number 2, okay? All right, so PCC has some amazing programs for you as students. We encourage you to participate in as many programs as possible so that you can take advantage of all the great resources that we have to offer. So you can be in FYE, you can be in Pathways, you can be in any of the other programs that are available. And we actually put information about all of these different programs that we are encouraging you all to look into and find out if you're eligible and apply to in your booklet. So there is a booklet, like I said, like Cassie put it in the chat for you all. You can download that and kind of refer back to it. There's some QR codes there for all of our different programs that we're interested in having you look into. So make sure that you refer back to that, okay? And while we're in your booklet, so there is a couple of pages in there for you to take notes. So we did kind of mention some notes and some dates in here. Let's go over those right now, okay? And if you don't have that in front of you, make sure you write this down somewhere, put it in a note on your phone, on your calendar, wherever you want. So let's go over some dates. So some dates to remember. The first one is, when is the schedule of classes available for fall? All right. And that is going to be May 31st. So I mentioned May 31st is also going to be the date where you can find your registration date in your Lancer point. So that they kind of go together. Schedule of classes and your registration date will be available on May 31st, okay? So now dates for priority registration for Pathway students will be on June 14th or 15th. So you will get one or the other if you're interested in completing all 6 of those priority registration requirements with us. Okay. And then lastly, I've been getting this one a lot too, as you're all wrapping up your schools and starting to graduate. When does fall semester begin? So the fall semester begins on August 29th. All right. And we hope to see you all in JAM before that. All righty. Okay. So now speaking about JAM, let's recap some of the critical steps to get you priority registration. Again, priority registration is key if you want to get the schedule, the schedule that you want when you need it, okay? So let's recap. So in order to get priority registration, you will need to sign up for JAM. I just mentioned it. So we got to jam together. So JAM is what you have to sign up for. So we do understand that JAM starts after registration happens. That is fine. We need you to register for JAM so that we can identify that you're interested in being a Pathway student and we can give you that priority registration for the fall, okay? So that's the key thing, is we need you to register for JAM, okay? Then we also need you to complete new student counseling. So new student counseling is where you're gonna complete a workshop. You're gonna get some information from counseling about all kinds of really amazing things on how to kind of navigate through your journey here at the college. And then you're going to get an ed plan from our counselor. So there is an intake form that needs to be completed for you to get that ed plan. So that's kind of an asterisk, another a note to that is you need an ed plan that is done through your intake form, okay? And then lastly, you will need to register for College One when registration opens up for you. So that College One does need to be on your schedule for the fall semester in order for you to be able to get priority registration, okay? All right, now before we wrap up this main session, I also want to let you know that Pathways FYE has an Instagram account. Follow us to stay informed of upcoming events now and while you're a student at PCC, and click the link in our bio to locate our Pathways FYE Discord server. That's actually become more popular this last year for students to contact us and ask questions. So me and some of our other staff are in there answering questions on a regular basis. So feel free to join that Discord server if you're on there. All right. So let's just do a quick recap because we did throw a lot of information your way. So first, we want to remind you to be checking your PCC email. So your PCC email can be found in your Lancer point. It is one of the menu options in your Lancer point. Make sure that you're activating that and make sure that you're checking that on a regular basis. So you will need to activate it. It is a Google account, so you can log into it on any Gmail app so that you can get those emails a lot faster, okay? So check your email on a regular basis. If it's the first thing you're checking, that'd be great. Also, and I slightly mentioned it a second ago, was new student counseling. That's one of the requirements for you to be able to get priority registration, but it's also a requirement for all students if you want help with selecting your courses. So regardless of whether you want priority through pathways or not, you should be doing new student counseling anyway, so that you can identify which courses you need to be taking through the ed plan that our counseling staff gets done for you, okay? So that ed plan is a critical step. So next is your registration date. Make sure that you're keeping track of your registration date. Make sure that you're putting that in your phone. Put it in as a reminder. Put it in as an alert or an alarm on your phone. Whatever, however it is that you put down important dates for yourself. Make sure that you're doing that once you find out when your registration date and time is. Okay. And then lastly, so just the last reminder: once your coach reaches out to you, make sure that you're connecting with them as soon as possible or throughout the semester. There are requirements for pathway students, so that is something that they are going to be reminding you of, but everyone gets a success coach. And so we want to make sure that you're connecting with them so that they can help you with anything that you might need. They're also able to connect you with various resources on campus so that you have all of your needs met. So anything that you might need to be able to succeed while you're in school, they're going to help you connect with those different resources. Okay. All right. So now that we've concluded our presentation, let's get you all to your breakout session. So